it's your old pal, Mrs. Springer. Jesus bless you. I miss you. This math video is going to talk about adding fractions, but the denominators are going to be unlike denominators. Remember, numerators at the top, denominators at the bottom, so the bottom numbers don't match. Let's talk a little bit about what that's going to mean for us. In order to do that, we have to understand about denominators. Remember, I've told you a couple of times now that a denominator doesn't hold value in itself. It tells you what size the pieces are. It tells you how many in all. So, when I cut a fraction or a piece of something, what does that do to the denominator? So here's a whole pie or a whole pizza. If I cut it, now I have two pieces. So at first I had one piece, then when I cut it, I have two pieces. If I cut it again, I have four pieces. And if I cut all those pieces again, because remember, everything has to be the same size. So I'm going to cut again. Now how many pieces do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So every time I make a cut in a whole thing to make fractions, I am making more pieces. And in fact, we can see a pattern here. How do I get from 1 to 2, and from 2 to 4, and from 4 to 8? I'll let you think on that a minute. It's not adding, it's multiplying. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So, cutting into more pieces is like multiplying. Here I have 1/2, and as soon as I cut that, I have 2/4. It's the same amount. See, I have this colored in, 1/2, but then if I cut it again, I have 2 out of 4. Same amount of stuff, it's just more pieces that make up that stuff. Let's try the same thing with a third. Right now I have 1/3. If I cut all these pieces so that I have more, I cut this one, I cut this one, I cut this one. I still have the same amount colored in. I didn't erase any, but now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces in all, and 2 of them are colored. 1/3 is the same size as 2/6. If I can understand that cutting those pieces into smaller pieces, I still have the same amount, then if I want to add 2 different size pieces, I can cut them until they're the same size pieces and then add them together. And I can do that by multiplying. Let's see what that looks like. Here I have this much and this much. Let's remember I have 1 out of 2, I have 1/2, and I have 1 out of 4. I have 1/4. I can't add those together. Their denominators don't match. It's not the same size piece. But if I cut this 1/2 into more pieces, now I have 4ths. I have 1, 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2/4. I'm going to cross this out so it doesn't confuse us. 2/4 plus 1/4 we've done before. Remember, we add the pieces that we have. 2 plus 1 is 3. The bottom number, the denominator, is telling me what size piece. It's 4th size pieces. So I have 3/4. I did that by cutting. Let's try another one. I have 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 1/6. Here I have 1 out of 1, 2, 3. So 1/6 plus 1/3. So now maybe you're starting to think, is there something I can multiply either here or here in order to make those bottom numbers match? Well, I can't multiply 6 by something to get 3, but I can multiply 3 times something to get 6. I can multiply it by 2. When I do that, though, I'm not just cutting those pieces, I'm cutting the ones I have too. So I'm going to multiply this times 2 also. Here's what it looks like if I'm actually cutting. I'm going to cut each piece in half. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And I have 1, 2 colored in. That's why I have to multiply the top and the bottom by the same number. So I don't have 1/3 anymore, I have 2/6. Now I can add 1/6 plus 2/6. I have 3, and they're still sixths. 3/6. Now you might say, well, isn't multiplying making it bigger? But remember, if your top number and your bottom number are the same, that's the same as 1 whole. And anytime we multiply by 1, the number stays the same. So it's safe to do this, and I'm not messing up. We're going to try one more. Here I have 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4. And here I have 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And maybe if you've been watching long enough, you're realizing today we're just cutting in half. So if I can't multiply 8 times something to get 4, but I can multiply 4 times something to get 8. I can multiply it by 2. Remember, I'm going to do the top and the bottom. It looks like this. I'm going to cut each one of these in half. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, and 2 of them are colored in. So I have 2/8 plus 1/8. I add the colored in parts. I have 3 colored in parts. The size pieces is still eighths, so that stays the same. I have 3/8. Don't let fractions scare you. It's just cutting pieces of pie. I hope you have a great day. Do lots of math. Have a wonderful day. Jesus bless you. Bye-bye.